Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. One guy, one goal. Know him for real. That's life eternal, not just the field. John 17, verse 3 speaks clear. Know the Father, know the Son right here.
By the main consensus.
I can actually use it because Ibn Kathir is one of your major scholars, and many scholars does not disagree with what Ibn Kathir say because of the weight that he carries within within the Ummah. So by saying some dispute,
but do
and
some scholars disagree with him?
there is scholars that, based on the terminology used in the particularly the word mutawafika, which means cause you to be unalived, it is Ibn Kathir that says he was not crucified, and then some learned scholar says, but because the word mutawafika is used, therefore Jesus did die. However, what gives me a greater concern is, if Ibn Kathir believes this, and Ibn Abbas agrees that there was someone that was crucified. Ibn Abbas said there's a man that is called Tatanius. He was crucified, right? But then Ibn Kathir also agree with Ibn Abbas. So in other words, your line of transmission becomes very strong and authentic. So that if Ibn Kathir and Ibn Abbas agrees, then yes, there was a Muslim that have died on the cross.
Well, no, that's not correct. Because first of all, if Ibn Kathir gives his opinion, who's a highly regarded scholar, that is his opinion. If it was significant of who actually was on the cross instead of Jesus, it would have been mentioned in the Quran. So obviously it's not significant. So his opinion is his opinion, and we can take that, or we don't have to take that, because it's not revelation. It's just his interpretation of what he believes happened. However, is your point that then, let's say that's correct, is your point that then God let a Muslim be sacrificed and God doesn't harm Muslims, or he won't allow Muslims to get harmed, or prophets? Is that what you're saying?
There we go. Because the rule of the Quran is that it is not lawful for any Muslim to harm a Muslim, or a Muslim to be put in harm for someone else. But if Jesus is a Muslim, and he asked according to Ibn Kathir, and he asked, who shall be unalived in my place? Then Allah causes an injustice by unaliving a Muslim to save Jesus.
Okay, so first of all, Muslims and prophets can be harmed, and some of them even were unalived. So how does that follow? Your point doesn't make sense, because prophets, God, they're human beings. The Prophet, peace be upon him, went to a Ta'if, and the people of a Ta'if threw stones at him, so he was harmed. So some of the prophets were unalived by their people, as mentioned in the Quran. So I still don't understand your point. Are you talking about the injustice then? Are you saying that it's injustice that somebody else took his place?
What I'm saying is that the morality stance of Allah is in the Quran is that a Muslim cannot be harmed, or a Muslim should not harm another Muslim. That's the moral stance of Allah, right? And so by Ibn Kathir giving his deliberation, by Ibn Abbas confirming that someone else has died, means that Jesus as a Muslim asked another Muslim to die in his place, and Allah agreed with this, right? So
That's
if
correct. So first of all,
okay, I'm listening.
Was it Muslims who crucified? Was it Muslims who carried out the crucifixion?
According to Islam, it is the Jews that was the reason for the crucifixion. According to Christianity, it is the Romans that have done the crucifixion. But here's my point. Besides the fact that there is a Muslim, according to the Islamic worldview, that was asked for his image to be put on Jesus' image to be put on this young man, The morality is the problem, because Allah then goes against the Quran by saying a Muslim cannot put another Muslim in harm's way. You must protect each other.
Therefore, you should conclude that Ibn Kathir's opinion on this particular instance can't be correct.